The Heaving Line Slip Knot or loose... the Heaving Line Slip Knot or Noose Knot. Hello everybody, and today's little knot is, as I just said there, the Heaving Line Knot or the Noose Knot or Slip Knot. And the beauty of this particular knot is it's a non-snag knot as such. So first of all, the first beauty of this thing is that it adds a bit of weight to the end of your line so that you can throw it a fair distance. It's a bit like a heaving line knot, but in this particular case it's got a loop at that end there, so that if you wanted to, let's just bring my jig into play, once you've heaved it shore side, it can then be passed over something and pulled up tight like so. Or the other beautiful thing about this knot is that you could take the, let's get that out of the way. You can take the other end of your rope and pass it through like so, and you end up then with a noose that particular way. So the beauty of this thing is that you can actually throw this knot a fair distance. Now another good thing about this knot is that, I'm not sure if I'll do it without the jig. If you throw this, I believe that people who work with trees, arborists and things like that, use this particular knot, because the other beautiful thing about it is if you heave it and then it gets jammed on a branch or something where you haven't quite achieved what you want to do, because of the way that it's made up, it will not jam, because as you pull it, it will actually collapse and come out from there. And so that is what I know as the heaving line noose, the heaving line knot. And let me just open that up a bit more, and you may also recognize this as something else, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I will get slapped by YouTube because I've used the wrong term or something like that. You know what I mean, for those of you who do YouTube videos. So anyway, that is the heaving line knot or the heaving line noose or the heaving line slip knot, and I'm going to show you now how to tie that. Right, so to tie this, the heaving line noose, the heaving line slip knot, I've got my length of cord here. This will be my working end, and I'm just going to pass it over here at the moment, and we want a fair bit in that. And the next thing that we do is we form a Z shape like so. So this is my standing end. Let's see. This piece here goes to my standing end, and this piece here goes to my working end. Now that I've formed that Z shape there, I'm just going to squash it down a bit, because the next thing that I want to do is I want to get hold of my working end, which is this one here, and I'm just going to pass it over like so and underneath. So now that I've done that, you can see I've gone over, underneath, and then now that I've done that, I'm going to actually work the turns, so I go down my cord to the left hand side. So I'm just going to keep going over, so pull that over tightish, and then just keep winding it round until we start to run out of cordage here. So as you can see, I'm winding it round, don't pull it too tight, and then now we're getting to the point there where I am running out of cordage. So the next thing I want to do is just, so here we go, I'm running out of cordage on my working end here, but here at this end here I have a loop, and on the right hand side I have a loop. And what I'm going to do is just bring that working end round the back one more time and come up through that loop there. So take it round through the back, bring it up through that loop like so, and then the next thing I do is pull on the right hand loop. One of those two will shift it, pull on the right hand loop, and just let me poke that through, and then on the right hand loop just pull gently and make sure that little piece is coming up, the working end is coming up through there, pull it through, and then you can see gradually as I pull through, it's now neatly caught hold of my working end there. So if I poke that through, my working end is coming through that part of the noose there. I don't need to pull it any tighter really. And then the next thing I do is just pull on my standing end here, pull on my standing end to draw that noose up fairly closed. There we go, and suddenly you'll feel a bit of friction on it, and there we have it. We have our heaving line knot or heaving line noose ready for us to throw. So I've now got a substantial bit of weight on the end of this now, and I can throw it onto a jetty, around the branch of a tree, something like that, and should I miss and it gets caught in something, by pulling on it, just by pulling on this now, it will undo. But before we do that, we can then, if we want to, if somebody catches this at the other end, they can actually open up this noose here, pass it over something, and then pull it tight over that noose, like so, and it's now locked in position, and no matter how hard I pull on this now, that is not coming undone. But as soon as I take out something from that end of the noose, if it gets caught on something like my fingers, and as I just pull on it, you'll see here now it just unfolds itself and comes undone, and there we go, we've just got ourselves our rope again. So it's really a no snag version of tying a noose knot or a heaving line knot that you can actually throw around something. So that brings me to the end of this very short little video, but once again, thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, if you hated it, you know the routine. And if you want to talk to me, let's have a chat in the comments below, because I do try to answer all comments. So anyway, thank you very much, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.